Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having a great day. Take a look here, folks. We absolutely lost this ascending trend line, and that is quite the nosedive. Instant loss, bearish backtest, and the price pulls back here. This is standard trading 101. Of course, obviously, if you saw my video from earlier, you'd know that that was a key factor in confirming this uptrend, is maintaining this ascending trend line, essentially establishing higher highs and higher lows. We're now on the downtrend here. We're going to see how much lower it could go. I'm going to take a quick look at some liquidation levels and kind of see what the potential is here, because Bitcoin is on its way down. We're going to see where the liquidation levels are at. So while we let that load here, just a quick little heads up. Thanks again for the wonderful feedback. Yes, we took some nice profits here from a short from Runecoin. Target one of, well, many. Again, we secured a decent amount of profit, because look at this, $1.14 billion in liquidation in 14 minutes. That is pretty decent amount of volume. Okay, so let's take a quick look here. Last 7 days of liquidation, where are we at? What are we doing? So as I mentioned previously, 64,000 was that slightly heavy concentration liquidation outside of the obvious 67,200. Surprisingly enough, 67.2 wasn't swept. The price came up there like 2 or 3 times and got really close. But now we're pulling back. So is it going to recover? Yeah, very well could. Honestly, it's just a standard sweep of lower liquidity. But again, there wasn't a ton. Keep in mind, 64,000 could be the next target here if Bitcoin continues lower. Okay, so 64K is the heavyish concentration liquidation. We already came all the way down as low as 64,800. Okay, so if we take a look at the volume profile in last how long is this? This is about 2 weeks. The last 2 weeks of trading, we have the most amount of volume at 65,000. Okay, so that's our tentative support range, or average true range, or our point of control for the last 2 weeks roughly. Okay, so just give you a heads up, that's roughly where we're at there. But if we do take a look at the larger time frame here, we kind of just zoom into this most recent time when the price broke 60,000. The amount of volume that we have in this range, again, roughly about a month's worth of trading. No, sorry, that's almost 2 months worth of trading. We can see that about 67,000 as that resistance, and that's essentially what we just saw happen. We saw the price reject out 3 days in a row at 67,000. That level held very strong. Price is pulling back. Okay. Again, there's a lot of other factors swinging in place here, okay? There's some fundamentals that are part of this here, but if you do take a look at this volume. Last 3 days of trading, almost the same amount of volume as a weekend. That's terrible. Okay, so folks, again, it's been a bit of a false positive. The price couldn't pass that level. It makes sense with the volume. We're now back under 50 in the RSI. Stochastic starting to shift momentum. Money flow index right where it's at, and MACD. We got a good old MACD-FU, okay? Basically just price action coming up and rejecting out, letting us know that momentum is no longer going to continue. So look at the 4-hour time frame. Let's double check this here. We can kind of see the 4-hour time frame looks pretty solid in the overall sense of the volume kind of kicking up higher, right? So if we take a look at the volume, we can kind of see that the volume is increasing. That's a good sign, but that's mostly just selling pressure. If we take a look at the money flow index and stochastic, it's all swinging down, and the RSI is now under 50. So that's generally considered as a bearish sign. We got to recognize this candle hasn't closed yet. We got an hour left of trading, but that's roughly a negative thing here, right? MACD is diverging too. Everything's looking fully bearish here. So I'm not saying you just want to short your shirt off here, but I can tell you that it's looking more likely that you're going to have success going down than up. Again, it really depends on what kind of trader you are. Okay, so if you're scalping, maybe consider some shorts here, but from a swing trader's perspective, we want to kind of be patient and wait a little bit longer. Okay, now we took some profits to the upside from Bitcoin. We hit some Caspa longs, but we're also have a situation here where we're hedging our longs with some shorts, right? That's exactly what you want to try to do. So I know I got a lot of questions. Why did you short Runecoin? Truth is, we shorted it because the market was looking like it was ready to shift. Rune ended up being a lot stronger than it was, so we took profit a little early. But hey, that's how you got to do it sometimes, folks. I was considering taking a small loss on that one, honestly, because the momentum had definitely shifted. But anyways, that conversation for another day. I'm just trying to give you some pointers here and let you know that it's all good if you have to close out some trades. If we take a look quickly here at the Ichimoku cloud, we are firmly below the cloud here. We want to wait for a couple of hours to confirm we're going to close below that, but if we do, we'll be under the 120 and the 50-day SMA. A lot of reasons is why the price action is more likely to continue lower. We could even see a bearish backtest of the price action hitting the lower lead on the cloud. Okay, so that's just a common stuff here. But now that we've lost this ascending trend line, we can presume the price, well, obviously we know the price lost its range, but we can presume the price may continue lower until it doesn't. Okay, so again, careful taking shorts right now. Low leverage position size is appropriate in this situation, because even though we've broken bearish, it doesn't mean we're going to stay this way, but we need to presume it's going to happen or continue until it doesn't. Okay. So what I mean by that is just, first of all, just quickly to note on the 4-hour time frame, I skipped over this. The simple moving averages on the 4-hour time frame, I was mentioning that being above the 20-day SMA is super huge. And that ran concurrent with this ascending trend. Well, we've lost that, and we're officially down below the 20-day SMA, letting us know that shift in momentum has occurred. We're now averaging ourselves out of this 0.382 fib level at the lower candle wick, and we can see the 50-day SMA hanging out right there. Okay, so again, we still got some support in a sense, but once more, it feels like the lower 64,000 range should get swept in this continuation to the downside if it continues. All right, again, we got some decent support based on volume. So really, when you see this kind of situation, while we are breaking mostly bearish, it's still not 100% confirmed just to open a bunch of shorts, okay? All right, so again, I hope that made sense. I described that correctly. So folks, patience pays off right in this case here, okay? Congrats to those who got some shorts in. I know that we had some healthy trades within our community. Congrats a lot to our community members again for this Rune short here. If we take a look at trade results, take a look at this here. Very, very well done catching that long from H-bar Master Sword. Good job. And of course, folks were down on Rune, but patience pays off, right? And it's okay to close trades early too. Really, that's just the bottom line. Being a good trader is really just cutting your losses when they're small and making sure that your wins are always larger, okay? Either way, thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something. If you want to do me a favor, hit the like button, comment below. I deeply appreciate that. Help us grow the channel, and we'll look forward to working with you in the near future. Thanks again for your time. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.